Hello, my loves, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to use colour therapy with cats. We're going to cover what it is, how it kind of came to be for me, and the amazing benefits and how it can support your cat. Now, this is a really simple yet powerful technique that you can use to offer your cat energy healing. So before we get started, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the Naturally Cats YouTube channel so you don't miss a video and you can help your cat with every video. First of all, I wanted to say that I have been using colour therapy with my boys for a very long time now. And I have to say, I think it is one of the most beautiful and effective energy techniques that I have tried with them. Short of laying my hands on them and offering healing, colour therapy is a great way to give them autonomy and a choice over their healing. So before we get into it, I just wanted to explain how it came to be that I started to use colour therapy. Now, I'm not saying that I created it, the concept, but I had no idea about it before I started using it. And everybody else that I've spoken to has also had no idea about it either. So I was training with doing a chakra and aura diploma, and was trying to find a way to remember which chakra was associated with which color. See, you can't even do it now. And all I could think about at the time was Leo, my cat. So I couldn't concentrate because all I could think about was my boys. And all of a sudden I had this moment like a bolt of lightning and thought, I wonder if I can bring the two together. Like if every chakra has a color, surely by using that color, you can support that chakra. Like kind of makes logical sense, right? So I've been working with cats for 20 years and I've only been using color therapy for the past couple of years. And I have been amazed at how much my boys have used it and how much they've taken to it. So let's start off with what colour therapy is. Now, colour therapy basically means giving your cat a choice to use colour to heal. Now, every cat, every human, every animal has chakras, which are the cat's core energy centres. And I'll drop a link below about my video so you can understand a bit more about cats and chakras, which ones they have and how they work. But for today, I want to focus on the color element of chakras. Now, each of the 7 main chakras are connected to different parts of the body, different organs, and they each have their own frequency. So everything is made of energy, and each of the 7 main chakras have a different frequency. Now, that frequency is associated, that chakra is associated with a color, and that color also has its own frequency. So, for example, red vibrates differently to, say, purple. Now, the frequency of red is between 400 and 480 terahertz. And for purple, or like violet, it's between 700 to 800 terahertz. So they feel very different. Now, you'll see today, like I'm in blue. I felt drawn to wear it. Now, when we feel drawn to something, it's because we like it, which means we resonate with it. You'll never see me in an orange top. I don't have any orange clothes. I don't have any... maybe one t-shirt with yellow, but I think I gave it away to a charity shop. So, there are certain colors that we resonate with as humans, and that's because we feel different when we are wearing them, when we see them, when we connect with them. And this is how you can use it to support your cat. So let me just go back to my notes to make sure I'm covering everything I want to. So yes, so color therapy basically is where you can put down different color for your cat and allow them to choose. You allow them to decide what they need to heal. So we don't know what our cats need to heal. We might know they're a bit off color. We might know that they're a bit out of sorts, but no one knows what our cats need apart from our cats. And we are asking another species to come and live with us. So the least we can do is give them every opportunity that we can to enable them to be happy, healthy, and well. Who doesn't want a happy cat, right? So with color therapy, you basically put down different colors. Now, you may have already noticed that your cat is sleeping in, say, a red chair that you have, or they're always on your green jumper, for example. They are already using color therapy. They are already using the frequency of the color to support different parts of their body. Okay, does this make sense? So with color therapy, you can put down, I would say, the 7 main colors, so that you can support your cat's 7 main chakras. Now, the medium in which you do this can vary. Now, you can get, for example, colored pens. You can get a set of colored pens and put them on the floor because these will have their own frequency. They will have their own energy, okay? You could also use t-shirts, you could use scarves, you could use coloured pants, clean ones, if you have them. Try to find and have a look around your house to see what you can get your hands on that is the 7 main colours. Now, shades doesn't matter, and I'll come on to this more in a bit. But basically, when you put down on the floor or your bed a couple of colours, you're basically saying to your cat, I see that you have energetic needs. Here, let me help you with that. Now, that awareness that you're giving and bringing to your cat will radically change your relationship with them. So when you are using color, you're saying to your cat, like, I see that you have more than just like food and litter tray requirements. You're seeing them on an energetic level. Now, some cats may take a while to lean into healing, okay? For some cats, it may be that they need to do it when you're not around. It may be that they need to do it overnight. Cats are predator and prey animals, which means they sometimes take a while to feel vulnerable, which is what healing can be, okay? So don't panic or don't worry if you put down a red t-shirt and your cat doesn't immediately go onto it. Just be patient. Trust that they know what they need. So when you're putting your colours down, there's a couple of do's and don'ts. So don't put them near food feeding stations. Don't put them near litter trays, okay? And don't put them in cat beds that your cat is already sleeping in. So you don't want to displace them from somewhere that they already feel safe and secure. Does that make sense? What you do want to do is to put a couple of colours in one place and a couple of colours in another. That's so that the cat doesn't feel overwhelmed. If you are using something like pens, make sure they're a good distance apart, okay? And obviously watch your cat with them so that there's no issues of them like chewing the tops or anything like that. So you get your pieces. I mean, I use pieces of fabric because I want to be able to wash them. We have them down all the time. But again, if you're just starting out with color therapy, get your hands on what you can. Like I said, you can even use colored paper. Okay. So you put it down and you let your cat choose. And you let them do whatever it is they need to. They may rub, they may roll around, they may sit on, they may sit near, they may sit next to the color. So they are doing whatever it is that they need to do. And you have to trust in that. You have to trust that if they've only got their bum on one part, that's all they need to work with. Now, let me show you some pictures. So I want you to be able to see what I'm talking about. Bear with me. Oh, no. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so can you see here? Let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this is Walker. And if you notice, red is actually associated with the root chakra, which is at the bottom of the body, where he's got his tail, he's got on the yellow. Now, the reason for this is the frequency of each chakra is different. And it might not be that he needs to balance his root. He might need the frequency of 400 to 480 on and around his throat to help shift energy, to help anchor it, to calm it down, to maybe reduce the amount of energy that's there. So although each color is associated with a chakra, your cat knows what it needs. So for Walker, he needed to be able to put the frequency of red around in and around his throat and the frequency of yellow, which is 510 to about 530 for the bottom half of his body. Now, if he wanted to he could lie on all of the whole square. But again, this is a great example to show that he doesn't need that frequency for the whole of his body, okay? And let me show you another one. Okay, so can you see this one? Yeah, so this is Boris. Now, his guardian, we had a chakra cleanse with me. Had an energy sensing session with me. And she had a camera and found that Boris would pace when she left the house. So when I connected in with Boris and he told me that he wanted color therapy. He wanted rainbow. Now, this hasn't got all of the colors of the rainbow, but it has got quite a few. And what you'll see is, look at him. I mean, how happy, like talk about a happy cat, you know, and she put this down and he went on it straight away. So if cats are in a chronic state, so for example, with Boris, he was very, very anxious, pacing when the guardian left, really stressed. He's going to jump straight on in there and go on any color he can get his hands on to help to bring his energy down. Now, one thing that I would say was when it comes to rainbow fabric or rainbow colors, is just to be mindful that you're not giving the cat the opportunity to work with one chakra at a time. Like with Walker, he actually wanted the frequency of red on his throat. So yes, try rainbow stuff, but also try to ensure that you've got individual colors as well. Okay. Let me just double check if there's any other pictures that I wanted to show you. Yes, let me show you Eclipse. Hang on a second. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so you can see here with Eclipse, the cat is putting all of its body onto one color. Okay, so this is just an example of needing that frequency throughout the whole of their body. You know, it's like going for a massage or having a lovely hot bath. You know, you want it on the whole of your body. Now, what I did advise the Guardian is there's 4 colors here on the camera, on screen, but actually it would be better to just have a couple. Now, what is great is that they're on the bed. So one of the beautiful things when you are using color therapy, I talked about where not to put it. A great place to put it is on your bed, where your scent is concentrated, where it smells of you the most. Okay, maybe you want to put a piece of color on one of the sofa chairs. I have that. Because when your cat is around your concentrated scent, they also feel safe and secure, which will enable them to lean into the healing. So in our house, we've got a couple of bits in our spare bed, some on my bed and some downstairs. Now, my boys very, very rarely, I don't think I've ever seen them on orange or yellow. They use a lot of red, green and purple. A friend of mine messaged the other day and said that her cat, who had a digestive issue, had gone straight onto orange or yellow, and was basically using it to self-soothe in a way, because she was trying to enable herself to feel better. So with each of the chakras, as I said, they're connected with different parts of the body. So for example, like with Arwen, she'd been vomiting, so her digestion's out of balance, out of like not alignment, but out of sync. So being on orange and yellow, which are the 2 connected to the digestive system, the top half and the bottom half, it gives her the chance to calm that energy down, to bring her body into balance. Now, this is the other thing I wanted to say with color therapy. The benefits are phenomenal. So not only does it work on the physical body by actually shifting the energy, it also supports the mental, emotional, and spiritual needs of the cat. So, for example, like Leo was previously feral. He was very anxious and very nervous when we got him. He would sit on a lot of red. I actually got him a red collar to help to keep his energy grounded. So color therapy can help behavior problems. It can help mental health situations. So like aggression, anxiety. It's great for multi-cat homes. It's brilliant for older cats. Kittens don't tend to use it quite so much because they're not fully integrated into their body until they're about 2 years old. They're very much kind of spiritual beings coming into the body, so they don't tend to use it as much. But again, it couldn't hurt to have it down, right? This is such a simple way to support your cat, to offer them healing by putting down bits of color. Okay, let me just go back to my notes and make sure. So covered using it, how to offer it, and the benefits. Okay, so let me just check if I've got any other pictures that I wanted to show you. No. Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed this video about color therapy. If you're interested to find more about how the color relates to the chakras, I have got a couple of videos. I've done one for each of the 7 main chakras that you can find out more about individually. I've also got my copy of my cat chakra book, okay? Complete guide to clearing, cleansing and balancing your cat's core energy centers. I'll drop a link below so that you can get the first chapter for free, so that you can have a read of that. And that tells you all about the frequencies and the colors associated with each of the 7 main chakras. I also talk in there about crystals, herbs, and other things that you can use to support in each individual chakra. But don't forget, like, your cat knows what it needs. So if you've never used color before, give it a go. Like I said, from our perspective, super simple and easy to do. Just go and raid your towel cupboard or your pant drawer, your t-shirts, your wardrobe. Find a range of colors. Just to speak about the where I mentioned about different like ranges of color. So if you've only got like bright orange, that's okay. You know, if you've only got this type of orange rather than this type of orange, okay, very different, that's okay. They are going to have a slightly different frequency because everything is made of energy and everything has its unique frequency. But what you'll find is there is a range of frequency. So like orange is about 480 to 510. So it could be that this one's 510 and this one's 480. Okay. But when your cat needs support for their sacral, whatever orange you've got down, they will work with. If one vibrates slower than the other, the cat will stay on it longer. Okay. So whatever shade you can find, still put it down and still offer it to your cat. Okay, like I said, try to work with the 7 main colors if you can: red, orange, yellow, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. There we go. And come into the comments, please, and let me know if you've been using color therapy with your cats, how they've enjoyed it, what you found. Like I said, just be patient if you put things down and the cat doesn't go to it immediately. And also, just one last thing to say, that depending on how long your cat, it doesn't depend on how long your cat works with a color as to how much they need to heal. So it could be that your cat, like Leo, I've got a picture of Leo. Hang on. Wait a minute. So with Leo, this is quite an old picture, but with purple, it's near one of the parts in the front room. I'll get my words out in a minute. And there'll be times when he will spend like kind of days just sleeping on that color. He'll go back to it again and again and again. Other times he won't go anywhere near it. Now with baby Max, who is a bit younger, which I do find interesting, baby Max doesn't spend as long on color. He will be there for maybe, say, 10 minutes. They know what they need. And what we need to remember is, you know, sometimes you watch an episode of Netflix, sometimes you watch 3 hours of Netflix because you know that you need to rest your physical body, or you need to calm your mental brain. We know what we need, and so do they. So your cat could be there for a few moments or a few minutes. They could be there for an hour or so. In a way, that doesn't really matter. What matters is they've got the color that they can choose to work with as and when they need to. So give your cat a voice by giving them a choice, and enable them to manage their mental, physical, and emotional health by using energetics to support their overall health and well-being. So if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Like I said, if you're already using color therapy, I'd love to hear from you. I love to see cats using color. So if you share anything on social media, please remember to tag me so that I can see it and enjoy it, because I love to see cats doing this. And like I said, first chapter's free in the link below. Thank you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye for now.